Yes, it is. Welcome back to the Positive Living Center. Any new people here today? Anybody for the first time here? No, I don't think so. Uh-huh. Not sure what that meant. Did you have something, LJ? No. Okay. And welcome to those on Zoom with us this morning. It is February 1st. January has already gone by in the new year, just like that. We got to slow things down, don't you think?
Yes.
Year 2026 theme is awakening. And the topic for February, as it should be, many facets of love. I'm going to ask our musician to come up, if you will, and play a little background music for us. Let's welcome Deb Snipes. I'll have her play a little bit, and then we'll go into a quiet meditation.
It's okay if I sing?
It's okay if you want to sing.
I was going to do a whole song, it's not long, and then instrumentalist into the meditation, if that works.
That's fine with me.
Can you all hear that? Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, greet the brand new day. The sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, open up your eyes. Dear Prudence, see the sunny skies. Dear Prudence, won't you open up your eyes? Look around. Look around. Look around, round, round. Look around. Dear Prudence, let me see you smile. Dear Prudence, like a little child. The clouds will make a daisy chain, so let me see you smile again, dear Prudence. Won't Won't you let me see you smile? Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, greet the brand new day. The sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play?
Love is with us. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of our past history and begin again. Love heals, forgives, and makes us whole. Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Let's give Debbie some love for that song. Dear Prudence, that was beautiful. Nice way to start a service. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for our spiritual thought, and I'm going to ask Jacque Stringer to come up with that. Welcome, Jacque, will you?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So nice to be here to see my people. So I usually don't go first, so it's actually nice for once to be able to introduce the topic, the many facets of love. And I had to turn to the Greeks because they had such a great language that spoke of love in many different forms. So I'm just going to go down a few of them for you. We have agape, which is the divine unconditional love. We have eros, the romantic passionate love. We have philia, the deep friendship, brotherly love. We have storge, which was a new one for me, familial affection. And then it kind of went down. There was 4 more that I'd never really heard of, but they made sense to me. They're more of like a type of relationship that we have with others. One's called pragma, which stems from pragmatic. So it's a type of enduring, long-lasting, long-standing love. We have philautia, which is self-love. We have ludus, which is playful, flirtatious type of love. We have mania, which is that obsessive, possessive type of love. And the one that really kind of struck me was something I had never heard of before. It's called xenia, and it's hospitality. It's the love of generosity that we show guests. Reciprocity. So xenia, sometimes it's called philoxenia, and it's a custom that most Greeks and some other cultures have. Xenia, the word, actually means both a guest and a stranger, which is kind of odd here because when we're taught as kids, we're taught stranger danger. It's not a guest. It's not somebody who we would treat as a guest, but the Greeks did. And they used it to kind of teach their children to welcome in guests as strangers or strangers as guests. And it's actually a law or custom that demanded that families would offer food and drink, protection, and hospitality to any strangers that came to their doors, no matter what social class they were in. And this is shown, and I don't know if you guys have read, or I just read on audiobook, the Odyssey, where Odysseus, after the war, he's trying to get back to his wife, and he gets shipwrecked. There's many things that occur to him, but one of the reasons that he was able to get back to his wife because of the law of Xenia, where a king took him in. He had hardly any clothes, and they fed him. And they're not allowed to ask your name or social status. They just have to come in, bring you in, and feed you and show you love. And this custom was something that all the Greeks did because it was something that supposedly Zeus, he was the protector of travelers, and he would wear layman's clothes, and he would go out, knock on doors, and he would enter into the homes. And if he was not accepted with the law of Xenia, it was said that the wrath of the god would be upon him and his family. So he was kind of like a secret shopper of his time, making sure everybody was following the rules. And it showed people had honor and virtue. And what all of that meant to me, it made me think of my life as a child, where I was a military brat. So I lived on 4 different bases growing up, made new friends and family. And my mom was, from now that I'm looking at it, she did Xenia all the time. When we were in bases, she would bring in new families that came to the base, singles, couples, and we would have food, we would have games. I would probably have to give up my room most of the time for them. And we treated them like new family. And so I really liked having that memory. Now, as an adult, I tend to like my own private space a lot more than I used to get. So I probably don't practice Xenia as much as I think I should, especially nowadays with things going on. If I see a homeless person or a stranger, I do give love, but I have to ask myself, would I open up my home? Would I give them a bed? Would I give them food? Would I give them clothes? And I would like to say I would, and that's something that I'm trying to open my heart up to, because I think it shows a different type of love than we were taught as Americans to provide to our guests and strangers. So I'm just asking that you guys open your hearts when you see somebody, look at them as a guest, even if they are a stranger, and send them love as we should. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacque. I have helped people who are homeless. I'm not to the point where I'm inviting them into my home, but I have helped them in ways that I can at the moment. It's a great humanitarian act to do, I think. It's beautiful. Deb, you have a song for us? I bet you do.
This one's a little more rousing, is that okay?
A little more rousing?
Rousing, yeah.
Yeah, rousing, yes. We'll take rousing.
And if y'all want to sing along on the chorus, feel free. In fact, I'd love it.
To England or France, you might like to gamble, you might like to dance, you might be the heavyweight champion of the world, you might be a socialite with a long string of pearls, but you got to serve somebody. You got to serve somebody, serve somebody. It might be the devil, it may be the Lord, but you got to serve somebody. You might be a rock and roll addict prancing on the stage. You might have command of drugs and women in a cage. You might be a businessman and some high degree thief. They might call you doctor and they might call you cheap, but you got to serve somebody. You got to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it may be the Lord, but you got to serve somebody. You might be a state trooper, you might be a young Turk, you might be the head of some big TV network. You might be rich or poor, you might be blind or lame, you might be living in another country under another name, but you got to serve somebody. You got to serve somebody. but you got to serve somebody. You might be a construction worker working on a home. You might live in a mansion. You might live in a dome. You might have lots of guns. You might even own tanks. You might be somebody's landlord. You might even own banks, but you got to serve somebody. You got to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it may be the Lord, but you got to serve somebody. You might like to drink whiskey, you might like to drink milk, you might like to wear cotton, you might like to wear silk, you might be eating caviar, you might eat bread, you might be sleeping on the floor or in a king-size bed, but you got to serve somebody. You got to serve somebody. It might be the devil, I hope it's the Lord, but you got to serve somebody. It might be the devil, I hope it's the Lord, but you got to serve somebody. 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 You got to serve. Thank you, guys.
God is in the building. Wow. Got to serve somebody. That's going to be in my head all day. I love it.
Oh, so good.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Woo. Well, that'll fire up our speaker this morning. I think she's ready to go. Reverend Lajuana Bull, come on up here.
Let's do it. Oh my goodness.
Serve somebody.
Amen. Let's go. It's just like the service. Oh, so good. So good. I could, a reprisal at the end, I hope. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. It's great seeing you. Great to be here. Absolutely. I have a few quotes that I'd like to start off with this morning before I get into some ad-libbing. So we'll start off with Christ's quote, "I and my Father are one." And the other one, "The Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works." Esther Hicks said it a different way. All is God. We're either going with God or not. And Ernest Holmes taught, there is nothing to heal, only God to reveal. And another way he said it was, healing is the discovery of the divinity within. So many facets of love. Jackie, I love that you went into the Greek and the way that has been, different cultures, all our different cultures. My goodness, the richness that we can find. Now, we may not find it on the first glance, but we can find it. We can find it outward when we have eyes to see, when our lens has been washed. Wash those lenses. What lenses? Well, we have our human perspective lenses. I have a heart's desire today to talk to you about two things mostly. One is our perspective and how we lose the many facets of love. based upon our perspective. And the other one is, what would God's perspective be? Not like what would God do, what would God say, but we spiritually, we have within us this spiritual home where we are always communing. That means we're bringing what our current lenses are showing us and what we're saying about it, we're bringing that to the spirit nature within us. What was it? Healing is the discovery of the divinity within. We're discovering the divinity within. So, how are we discovering the divinity within? That is an interesting question. Every day, life is the teacher. Every single day, life is the teacher. We've heard stories, seen stories, maybe lived this story of having a family member believe that they need to teach us something so that we're ready for life. And they're going to make sure that we know these lessons that we've got to learn. But it feels more like, I don't know, not feeling supported by the family that you would expect to be supported by if that's how it happened for you, or the world that you would hope to be supported by if that's how it's happened for you. The thing is I love that Hell's Angel type guy that became a reverend. I say type guy because he's actually from Canada and they have a different name for it. Maybe you know our Canadian friend and family, but there's a Hell's Angel group in Canada, but they're not Hell's Angel. They're their own name, but they're similar. And the point is, they're pretty wild people. I think we all got that, right? Just by the wild people. So this man became a reverend and he's talking to me, just me. There were 300 people in the room, but just me. He was talking to me. And he is saying to us, he's saying to us that, he says, I used to hunt and mine for, some things when I was first becoming a reverend. I got to understand this and know this and do this and figure this and understand. So it becomes very, I got to figure it out. You know what I mean? About something that was a skeleton in his closet. But he says, I don't do that anymore. He goes, the way I look at it is present moment will bring me a situation. Present moment will bring me a life situation. And how I handle this moment will determine what happens in my closet. If I handle it in a way that's more healed, then my closet will start clearing out without me doing anything. Interesting concept. I have to say, I heard that when I was probably in my 20s. I've tried it on. A lot of things aren't the way I thought they were. As I experience life and I start finding out there's different ways to approach it than I was approaching it, I'm going, oh, it's not the way I thought it was. And that became a cleansing. You guys know my favorite states are clean, clear, awake, and aware. That becomes a cleansing moment. And nobody's having to cram a lesson into me. It's kind of like I'm meeting it. And we have people that support us as we meet them, these lessons. We have people, we can even know who to call. A face will come into mind. I'll call this person. They'll support me. And sometimes they don't support us the way we expect to be supported. That's an interesting one too. But we're always, always, always discovering more about ourselves. For me, life is the teacher. Life is the teacher. And life, we're all life. Each of us is bringing life. Each of us is teaching. I've never been a parent, but I parented myself, and I continue to parent myself. Love is the healer. Love for me I love people that love in the conventional, usual way that we think of love. I love that. I love that when you just feel the emitting love hearts or sprinkles. When they come near you, you feel the love. And we know that. And when we allow ourselves to be in the feeling of love, we're okay with us. It's good in our skin. Love that. But sometimes love doesn't actually look the way that beautiful, usual. There are so many ways that we love. So here's one that comes up for me, and that is acceptance. I love by accepting. I love by accepting. How much can I accept myself? How much can I accept another? For me, love is a connection. I shared with you the story of my father when he was very near his transition. And we had kind of a little bit of a less than affectionate feel with each other. It didn't have the yum of the hugs I get to give and receive when I get to see you on Sunday. It was a little prickly. But when he was making his transition, we were very, very close, and we were in the hospital. I walked out of his room after he gave me instructions, my requirements for what I needed to do. And I, of course, was going to honor them and respect them. But I walked out of the room and I made a right turn in the hallway. And this surprising feeling came over me. And it was with information. And the information was, we've always been connected. We've always been connected. And that was a love that surprised the heck out of me to show up in that moment, in that place. That was something. So for me, love is connection, and love is the and, not the or. And when I say the and, I'm speaking paradoxical and. We are 100% spirit. And it is said we are having a human experience. I like to say we're 100% spirit and we're 100% human. And sometimes we are at odds with ourselves in this human form. But spirit's never at odds with us. That is what I've come to accept for myself, and it's been promised by a lot of traditions. That the gift of the spirit nature is itself always. It is always being itself. It is never being something else. And in that, I feel the big and. Being spirit and being human. Now, is my human nature open and receptive to the more that, in other words, am I seeing conflict where there is none? Or am I seeing conflict and only believing that's all there is? Am I seeing lack and believing that's all there is? Am I seeing struggle and believing that's all there is? In other words, we can have this human perspective that just tightens around something that emanates, that moves into spaciousness by its own nature. I was chatting with Reverend Kim, and if you don't know her or haven't seen the website, she's quite savvy. She's astrology savvy. And as an astrology savvy person, and she also has done my chart, and she had a recall, and she shared it with me, and she said, you know, that is astrology, because I can't repeat it. I don't know that. She says, the experience of emotions as information. And I have to say, my life has been a series of messages received. Just a plentiful. Now, I know we're not all the same in the way our emotions reside in us. But I've discovered some things that through that information, and I kind of feel inclined to share it with you. And I don't know if it's universal or if it's just for me. So you'll let me know, won't you? Good. So I've always thought of negative and positive as positive going in one direction and negative going in another, kind of like current in a wire. That's how I thought of it for ages. But then some feelings and some emotions kind of showed me a different way that it may be working within me, and that is we are multidimensional beings, and we have these multidimensional centers. And I love that you mentioned the love, Jackie, the love that is hospitality. That is the root chakra in its pristine expression, is that hospitality, that making sure the basic needs are met. So where was I? This is the only problem about ad-libbing.
Emotions aren't just positive or negative?
Oh, you're so good, Jim. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I see it as we as spirit beings are emitting energy in all these dimensions that we are. There is an emitting that happens. And if our human perspective is, a few words come to mind. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be this perfect. But be still and know. Be still and know, and peace. Be still. In other words, if we're not crowding the space out with all kinds of excess activity, we are emitting. We are emitting what we already are. How many of us have felt really lovely and okay with ourselves and noticed how the day went, how our interactions with each other go? Thank you, Deb.
We're working on it.
I resemble that. I relate. Well, what happens when we're kind of crowding the space out? There's so many ways we can do that. So many ways. But I kind of feel for myself, it comes into two experiences. One is I'm either trying to make stuff happen to try to get what I think should be got, and I'm in the push. I've even come to the point to where I felt like if I am thinking I gotta get to be okay, I gotta do to be okay, I'm gonna share a visual with you, because this is how it comes to me, okay? It's messages. So it came to me as this message. Oh, okay. Hey, this comes off. Whoa, kind of surprised. Okay, so if I'm pushing, and you could say pushing the boat upriver. If I'm pushing and I'm not in the flow, I will experience kind of like that. And I have felt like this lift. Do you see my heel come off the ground like that? I'll do it over here, but not behind here. Let's see. Where your heel comes up. That's when I know I'm really, and I'm metaphorically speaking here, my friends. It's an emotional state. We know when we're in that state to some degree, right? Heads? Yes? Okay. When I do that, I go, I'm creating a hole that will never be filled. That's how it felt for me. I'm creating a hole that can never be filled. No more hole. All I have to do is back off just enough to feel centered again. The other one, that's one way I get the pendulum swinging of emotions. The other way I can get the pendulum swinging of emotions is to sit on the sidelines of my own life, to park in the bleachers, sit in the recliner, point out at you people. That's the other way that I can get myself to where I'm spinning emotion rather than in that center, that alignment with Source. That's always, we're always communing. How many religions are there? And have we got it yet? So we're always communing with this spirit nature that is our very being. Every one of us is. That I've accepted. I feel it's universal. You guys can let me know. I want you to let me know. So when we are emitting, we're emitting from every dimension. First chakra, hospitality. First chakra, I'm safe, I'm secure, my needs are met. What do we emit from that? We stand in the authorship of our own lives. The authority. We're the captain, we're the authority, or we're the author. It's creative. You got your signature. Amazing. Everybody has their signature way of doing things, and we're good in our skin. Second chakra, we're emitting service, sacred service. Oftentimes comforting people that need comforting. Second chakra, when we're centered, we're able to comfort the person that needs to be comforted. Third chakra, we're sensitive to what happens in our world. We're parliamentarians. We think the rules will make it better, so we make plenty of them. Do we follow them? It would be good. We're also strong because we're standing up for ourselves, standing up for someone else. That's that third chakra. Fire in the belly, you might say. Fourth chakra. What's the fourth chakra, my friends?
The heart. The heart. Solar.
Heart. I was just waiting for that crescendo of heart noise. Heart sound. Heart sound. The heart chakra. The heart chakra, the connector, the emanator of love. Frankly, people that I have experienced that have a theme of the four energetic, they are fortitudinous. They got some zip in their doodah. They are fortitudinous. Now, if you're happy with them, look at that fortitude. Look at it go. These people can get important things, needed things, valuable things for the sake of us, the community, the person. We get it done. When you're not happy with them, they're stubborn. Isn't it funny how we'll describe ourselves and each other? I like this. It's, oh, that's that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. The fifth chakra, I'm using it right now. Throat chakra. Speech, being genuine, being authentic, being real, and frankly, being disciplined. Doing the do's, don't do the don'ts. Being disciplined, because it's a big community with a lot of us also sharing our genuine and authentic, and we're so diverse. So there's that respectful in the midst of that creative expression. Sixth chakra, visionary, visual, visualizing, can see the way to make things better for humanity. Two people with 6 energy that I totally have appreciated what they've taught with regard to our spiritual journey. One is Elizabeth Kubler-Ross with regard to hospice, a 6 energetic individual, and the other one is Marshall B. Rosenberg, who taught nonviolent communication. And all of us, that, because we all have all of it. We all have every one of these. And the 7th, of course, is the beauty of the crown chakra, where all comes together and where we shine. And frankly, where we die, last rites in the Christian tradition, where we die to the old and the new is born. We die to the old and the new is born. We die to the old and the new is born. And then there's 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if you ever want to know more about those, let me know. But you can bet that they are in relationship with integrity. Being integrous within ourselves. So why did I bring all this up on a many facets of love? Because I personally believe that all these gifts that come in every one of these dimensions and all the ways they show up, they're love. They're love. We are love. We are love in all these many facets. You believe me? Does it feel universal?
Yes.
Oh, that's not just, okay, good, it's not just me. One of the thoughts, too, that I wanted to share was offered by, actually, there's a couple. These came from the Guide for Spiritual Living, Science of Mind. And the first one this is Jim Lockard, Jim Lockard, Lockard. He offered a Joseph Campbell quote, and he said, "The end of the hero's journey is not the aggrandizement of the hero. The ultimate aim of the quest is not ecstasy for oneself, but the wisdom and grace and the power to serve others." Aho. And this other one, this is him saying, because he's basically been 36 years of being a minister and in this teaching, and he said, "My good is fully available to me. I am at my best when I have clear intentions in alignment with my soul's agenda and follow the path toward demonstration. Through spiritual practices, I can become aware of being out of alignment more quickly." You are loved, my friends. The universe loves us so much that we're here and we are endowed. There's a joke that's at the front of the prayer book by Thich Nhat Hanh. Forgive me, it's not a joke. Misspeak. Okay. It's not a joke. I found it to be funny. The woman had sense of humor when she prayed to God. She's a surgeon, and she says, "I want to share with you my prayer." And it goes like this. She says, right before, she's in her garb, going into the operating room. She's just washed her hands. She puts her hands up and she says, "God, these are your hands. Now don't go and embarrass yourself." Namaste.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Lajuana. Could I have 2 people come up front to help me with the offertory this morning, please?
What clone you?
You got it. Let's do our offertory prayer, please. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, ushers. I believe everybody on Zoom knows how to give to the PLC if you wish. Simply go into the iFocus, look for the green button that you can press, and it gives you complete directions on how to give to the PLC from where you are. Our prayer practitioner today and throughout the week will be Jacque Springer. She'll be available in the back room if you want meditation or prayer with her today. If she's busy and you still want prayer, ask any reverend or practitioner to help you too. We're always here for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next week's speaker is Reverend Bob Hand, right, Bob?
I traded with Robin.
Oh, you traded with Robin.
Sorry, Joe. That's on me, you guys.
Okay, all right, that's not my fault. Okay. Reverend Robin will be with us next week. Okay. Let's do the prayer of protection, please. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Deb, do you have one final song for us this morning? We got to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
It's going to be in my head all week long.
It's nice to stand up for a change. I'm working on being able to stand up with the guitar again, but I'm not quite there yet. But this is my usual closer. It's a familiar song and a not so familiar language to most folks for the first two verses. I do it in the Cherokee language to honor the ancestors and share a little bit of it with everybody. Because as you know, the people took a long walk in wintertime and it was very difficult. But we're still here, and we're all still here.
Yes.
And I love this song because it's spiritual, not religious. It doesn't belong to just anybody. It's there for all of us. Whether we wish to receive it or not, it's always there. Just like love, grace is another aspect of love. So when I repeat the first verse in American English, please sing along in whatever language makes you happy. Uwe lana iu wetsin iga guya hey na kwa so sa we lo se iga guya ona I'll say no ye une saying you no do lena ta uda neyu netsa. Help me out here. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Kaliliga, ostata, wadoa tashnahena, ho, matakwasa. You sound so beautiful. Thank you so much. Safe and wonderful travels this week and beyond. Oh.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you, Deb, for your fabulous, fabulous songs. Could I ask Reverend Kim to come up and have us closing prayer?
You don't want to do announcements today?
Oh, you want to do some announcements?
Well, I just was going to say one.
Okay, I'll let you do an announcement. You have an announcement?
Well, there's some chanting at the end at around, what time do we start?
11:15.
11:15 right here.
So if anyone would like to stay and do that,
Yeah.
that's happening here for about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah.
And so that's going on today.
Okay.
And then, of course, the second Saturday of every month, we have the Food Circle, and that's led by John Lalonde, and I participate somewhat in the meeting, and not really a lot, but and then so we do that, and like people that have never maybe played, if they come around, I think he's changing that.
He's changing it.
He's changing it. We're just going to keep it at 2, and it'll go till about 3:30,
Okay.
and then Judy comes in and starts setting up. She sometimes comes to the Flute Circle too, but she'll set up for the drum circle from 3:30 to 4. And then a 4 to about 5:30, depends, how it goes. It's sort of flexible. She does the drum circle. And you don't have to bring anything. You don't have to bring a flute. You don't have to bring a drum, because we have tons of instruments here. But if you have something favorite that you like to play, bring it. Bring it. And it just expands the whole experience. So we hope that you'll make it. Okay.
Very nice. Thank you. Yes.
I brought a few more copies of that article, Lessons from Aunt Grace, and they're back there. And if we run out and we need more, I'll bring more next week for you.
Thank you. Anybody else announcements?
Oh, I found a pair of glasses in the parking lot last weekend. They're in my car.
Oh,
What kind of glasses?
I think they were sunglasses. I'll go get them.
Okay, you can leave them
Yeah, I'll put them on the table.
in the table over there, yeah. And let people look for having lost and found stuff right over there. Any other announcements?
Who's the practitioner? Did Jacque?
Yes. I did already cover that.
Did you do it? Okay, I was gone. I was up.
I know I did that.
I just want to let you know that the chakras, just to let you know, I'll have something that refers to them and to our spiritual gifts. It'll be in the back.
Thank you, LJ. All right. Reverend Kim, would you come up and give us the closing prayer?
Okay. Here I go. Okay.
Hello, testing. Are we all still here on the planet? Take a deep breath. And let that feeling just be with you. Reverend LJ talked about that space within, that peace within, that silence within. It's always there. And then actually, Deb mentioned it too. The grace is always there. So when we leave here today and we feel pinched by life, compressed, ticked off, we just can let that go because we know we have grace with us. And we support you in that here. I feel supported in that. I get pinched just like anybody else. And I just take a deep breath. I look at the sky, I look at the trees, and I go, you know, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And so that's the main thing. Because there's so many things out there that we can't allow to take our grace, or we think it's taking it. So if we just go to that quiet place within us, just take that breath, it's all good. So have a wonderful week, and I thank everyone for all their offerings today, and you for being here. Aho.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. Hang out and visit if you like this morning. Are there cookies back there? There's cookies back there.